Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're installing a dash instrument cluster. Longer video, but a super fun install. Let's get after it. Here we go. This is the box that it comes in. This is our first trim panel piece. An LED light connection. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, we have a bunch of plugs. The almighty pry tool, huh? And we'll figure out what everything else connects to later on. I'm so sorry. Okay, we have our cluster display looking sharp. Let's start plugging this in and see how we like it. So, upon further review, there's a bunch of connectors. No screws, no bolts. One thing I'd like to point out is the sweet pry tool game. This is a good one. Me likey. Let's go. Step 1, into the car and removing these trim panel pieces. Now we have to go in here where we're going to be removing the top part of the carpet. That's a lot of cables. And what we have to do is unclip this guy right here. We're going to be removing part of this, not the entire thing, just a little bit. Pull it back towards you and it'll start to come out. Now, on to removing the bolt. And ta-da! Now that we have the clip gone, we can officially pull back the panel and it'll come right out. Look at that beauty of a piece. Okay, I have the screen here so I can give it a test before I rip the top part up. This is when this thing comes into play, and it can definitely be overwhelming, but no problem at all, because this plugs into that, and then this here, and then this spins around like this, and that goes into here like that, and so they go bloop bloop, and that's it. You got some LED lights. But in all seriousness, we're gonna make this very simple. So we're gonna find this guy that has these 4 little notches. And this is the power supply, which will connect into this portion right here. So, step 1 is done. Second step is getting to this end, and let me show you a different angle for this. So what we have to do is grab this end and connect it into this right here. Bam! Now we're gonna have a bunch of cables left over, but don't worry about those for right now, because what we have to do is we follow this end and we look into it and we see these 4 connect into the original Tesla factory one. And now we officially have power running. Those are basically the only 2 that need to be connected. The power supply to this and the one on the side, and that's it. Now we can grab the screen and we'll be able to find this end, which will connect to this portion. That should be good. Let's turn the car back on and the screen should light up. There we go. White Highland. We will fix that later on. Let's move this back a little bit. We're gonna grab this connector and test out the LED portion. So that would be this here. And this connects in here, and bam! We have some lights. Good to go. Let's finish this up. We officially tested the screen. It's time to remove this part. For this, we should be able to just use our hands and start pushing up. This thing is on there super tight, so we do have to use some force and be careful. Ugh. Whoever complained about not having stalks and, oh, they're not in the car, wah, it's too hard to use the wheel, shame on you. Shame. These things are goofy. Alrighty, fully plugging it in again so we could fish the cables through. What we have to do is first we take this one out, which was already unplugged. It has the 4 spikes in there. Now, onto the crazy one. We just have to find the end that has the 4 spikes. That gets plugged in. This gets plugged in. Gets plugged into the side in the gray one. Super easy. And now what we have to do is fish this end through here and across the dash. Let me show you how to do that. Now, let me show you how to fish the wire. This area turned me into a Zen master. What I did is I took a hoodie lace, dropped it down, which is going to come out through here, and you have to look inside here at the top. And when we have it, we can connect it to this black piece and fish it through. We're gonna fish this cable through, and we've put a bunch of electrical tape on there and have made it as thin as possible since there's really not a lot of room to work with. But let's give this a go, and hopefully we can get this in the first try. We did it! Look at that! Success! Alright, let's keep going. We now have the wire coming out through here. And what I did is go inside of here, inside all of that, and it comes out of this hole. Now, we just have to fish it through and hope for the best. Come on, buddy. Yes. There we go. Boom. Okay, this area is the troublemaker. Fishing it through here is going to require a little bit of patience, but it's very doable, and that comes out super easy. On to the next step. Now, for this area, we're gonna stick it underneath this piece. We should be able to just use the pry tool and finish it off. There we go. It's inside there. Comes out through here. And cables. Cables. Lots of cables. More cables. Through there. Inside here. Comes out through there. Done. Now we're in the driver's seat. We're going to be installing the instrument cluster. This cable is for the front camera, which we do not need since the Juniper already has one installed. For the rest, I've used some electrical tape here. The cable will come out through this end here. I've reinforced this for some reason. I don't know. I think I just wanted to use some more electrical tape. So now it's on to installing the screen. You'll see that it uses the same latches, and I hate this stock! Urgh! Anyways, the same latches, and now we're gonna make sure that the cables are out of the way. Then, start installing it. Okay, this part looks seamless. It does come more forward than what I thought it would, Not bad though. This is the wire we fished through. It connects to this one. There we go. Now for the LED parts. We take this end, plugs into here, and you'll see that the red light turns on. We just have to make sure that the right goes to the right, left to the left, and we'll be good. So this goes on to here. Then let's place this piece here. Connect these two together. And then we can start tucking everything inside of here. Come take a look at this. Before we install the final piece, I just wanted to show you all of the cables are tucked inside this hole right here. And the box fits just enough to the point where it's out of the way. Let's finish this up. We officially have everything installed. It's all set. And now what we have to do is clean up these wires, which for this, we're gonna just tuck most of them into the back of this cubby hole right here, then put all of the trim panels back, and we will be fully done and ready to fire everything up. Okay, so this black piece, by the way, must be for the Model 3. Everything is working, everything has been tested, so this one is not needed, so do not freak out. That was pretty easy. On to installing the clip here, the cover afterwards, and we'll be done. We have everything installed. We just have to fix the rubber. Then it's this part, which this bolt, once you push this in, it'll make it bigger on the other side. Now that that's in, we just have to push it in, and after that satisfying click, it's set. That stuff is not going anywhere. Now, onto this cover, then the rubber, and we will be fully done with the install. Here we go. Let's fire this thing up. And not quite the same car, but we're gonna dial this in. The battery is on point, the doors are open, we just have to finish up the rest. Let's do that. First things first. Voila! Our next step is changing things, as we do not have a white Model 3. So in order to bring the menu down, you simply press down. Then we go to the gear. Everything is pretty much self-explanatory. You'll have your area where you'll be able to change your time, change your Celsius into Fahrenheit, all that good stuff. But what we want to do is press Juniper. We have the gray one. And look at that. Looks pretty awesome. This thing has 3 different UIs. So again, down for the menu, we'll go to display. Here's the other one. This one is different from 1 and 3. The other 2 are pretty similar. This is the 3rd one. Now, onto the side, you'll have your tire pressure, mileage, battery consumption, menu. You can also use CarPlay and a bunch of other apps. So let's test this out and be fully done with everything. Okay, before we get going, I just wanted to point out how sweet the LED lights look. The entire thing looks like it'd be right out of the factory. Color-wise, they match roughly 95%, just a little bit dimmer. but still awesome. And one really cool feature that I had no idea was a feature until I accidentally stumbled upon it as I pressed this stupid stock, the turn indicators. Such a pleasant surprise. Plus, as we get going and fire this thing up, boom, we still have Rainbow Road. How cool is that? Now, as we head to our destination, I couldn't be happier with it. I absolutely love it. From the look, the feel, just a couple of potential annoying spots during the installation, but totally worth it in the end. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments down below. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care.